Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Welcome
Back
back, my
in this
good
thing.
people. Damn, man. You know what? When I first loaded up the intro, if I don't know if you see
I
it
say,
glitch.
no, that's the
It
remix.
glitch.
That's the
uh,
remix right there.
so we back, man. Thank y'all for tapping in once again. It is Friday. What a beautiful day it is, man. Thank y'all. What is it? Season 2, episode number 9.
Yes, sir.
We back again, like always, man. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to everybody in this bitch. Shout out to Breadwinner, man. What's going on, man? What's going on with everybody?
Man, we back in here, man. Uh it's
We
been a
back like
a quiet week. I mean, it hasn't been nothing too crazy since the last
yeah.
situation we had with the Katt. The world's been basically been astounded and astonished by the whole Katt Williams
Yeah,
situation.
Cat Williams shit was so loud that if
Yeah.
it ain't like everything else, it kind of just silenced it, low key. Like
Most definitely, most definitely. So, but other than that, man, I
yeah,
mean, I personally had a good week. A pretty productive week, man. It's
that's what's up.
weather was pretty nice out here, so I can't
Mm-hmm.
complain, man. What's
Yeah,
up with
y'all
you,
got
man?
that. Y'all got that good weather out there in the Bay, man. Y'all
Yeah,
living good out there, man. Yeah,
yeah.
but everything
It get
good, man.
cold.
Just new schedule and shit, which is kind of I'm still adjusting to it. It's cool. I guess it works, man. You know, trying to figure this shit out with my kids and get everything in line and get everything going. But other than that, man, everything good. It's been a fun week and yeah, I'm ready for this shit to be over, man. I'm ready for this shit to
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. No, we
over this
our
weekend.
apologies for the. You can hear me good, right?
Yeah, I can hear you great.
Okay. Um. Yeah, no, I was saying my apologies to everybody who's watching. We of course, like we always tell y'all, we got life, man, life going on, things going on. So we try to get the show to you guys as soon as possible. So we was a little late today, but we good. Like I said, we bringing the content to y'all regardless. It don't matter. And also, I wanted to point out that um I'm actually working on some interviews. I got some interviews lined up, so I want you guys to be on the lookout for that.
Mm-hmm.
Those of you guys who've been following me from the beginning, I said this before in a few videos before, but anybody who's been following me or knows me personally knows that I started off doing interviews. I really want to get back into it, just with work and like I was saying a few minutes ago, just life in general kind of slows it down or whatever. And a lot of people they don't be following through. I ain't gonna lie. People,
Man,
I set stuff up,
oh my
man, and people
god,
don't follow through, man. So
niggas
those of
be
you
plaguing
guys who
me.
want to see or know of anybody, whether you're in Southern California, Northern California, who know anybody who wants to be interviewed, or feel like they got talent, or somebody who it doesn't matter, they can be rapper, singer, model, actress, skateboarder, skater,
Yeah,
artist, anything, athlete. If you want to see them interviewed, man, tap in with me. Send me hit my DM. You guys
mm-hmm.
see the socials underneath my name. You guys can go over there, hit me in the DM, let me know, man. Put me in contact with who you want me to interview next, man. Breadwinner TV be coming, and y'all make sure y'all check out Squadcast TV's interviews because he's been doing great with his
Yeah,
interviews.
yeah.
And my boy, shouts out my boy. That's the legend right there. Those of y'all who are watching and hear the amazing sounds
Oh
that we
shit,
got
that's
for the
Jay Fresh.
intro.
Oh,
That's the man right there behind the keys, man. Trey Fresh, man. And we have an
yeah,
interview. That's a for sure interview that's going to be coming up. We have an interview with Trey Fresh going to be coming up, man. So y'all make sure y'all tap in with that, man. And y'all
yeah.
tap
Y'all
into his
step
page. He
in,
got some
man.
great tutorials on his music. He produces beats. He has breakdowns on how to use different programs and different plugins and things like that. So y'all go tap into Trey Fresh Beats on YouTube.
Fact. What the fuck?
That's that Don Juan DeMarco.
Yeah. Wait, you heard? Hey,
Yeah,
this shit
I can hear
glitching.
it's about to say it, but hey,
Bro, this shit glitching.
that's
Sorry,
yeah.
man. This shit
Hey, no,
glitching.
it's all good. It's all good. Shouts out to my
But
boy Elijah too, man. We in
but
here.
shout out to the chat. Shout out to Trey Fresh, man. Your beats is fire. Brad put me on about your beats and everything, and you got good work. And by the way, I'm gonna be tapping in with you with some of them beats because once I get this laptop, I'm this MacBook I'm trying to get right now. I'm gonna start the studio and shit. That's all I need is the I was gonna do it on the PC, but I heard the Macs is better to get the studio on, so I'm gonna try to get a Mac, and then once I get that, and I'm gonna tap in with you for the beats, and then I pretty much got all the other equipment that I need. So yep, we're gonna be doing that very, very soon. Aside from that, man, you got anything else, man? If not, let's get it. Let's get into these
Nah,
stories,
man, we
man.
can get into. I'll let you. You can go ahead and start.
Okay, okay, let's get into it, man. Let's see. So first and foremost, man, Blueface has turned himself in, man. Uh, I think we all seen this coming eventually, but yeah, he turned himself in, and here's a clip of him turning himself in right here.
Who told you I was coming here? Whack. Fucking whack. Well, yeah. That whack. He's taking care of business. We're handling some mandatory issues, man. I see you on the other side. Good shape. Only a real player will go to jail looking like he's finna go to the Himalayas. Hey, good luck, man. Who told you I was coming here?
Yeah, yeah. So he looking at a year. He in and out, man. A year and
So
shit. And this is out of California, right? So in California, they nigga they just walking niggas out the jail. So
I think this is
he
out
gonna
of.
do a couple months, bro.
I was gonna ask, is this the situation out of the Vegas situation, the shooting?
I'm not too sure. That's a good question.
Because
Let's find.
the reason why I say that because we covered that when was uh he was given the probation for what, like, I don't know, crazy amount of months, 56 months or some shit like that.
Yeah,
And we were like, oh, well, we're pretty sure. We kind of predicted. We said we were pretty sure that we weren't going to be hearing from Blueface for a while, but then we kind of speculated because they said he was supposed to be on probation. We thought that it was a suspended sentence. I'm sorry, they said he had a suspended sentence, and
yeah,
so
yeah. Yep.
basically he
This
couldn't
is
do
from Las
anything.
Vegas. Yep. This is from Las
Yeah,
Vegas.
for
Hmm.
56 months. So which is what 5 years. So we were
For a
like, no,
minute.
he's definitely going to violate that probation. And sure enough, it ain't
Sure enough,
even
he
been a
did.
year yet, and he violated, and he's about to go and sit down for a year. That's crazy.
Crazy. I mean, look, how long ago was that, bro? That was like recent, bro. That was like the past couple months, right?
Yeah.
No, it's like,
Well, yeah.
oh,
I mean, when the situation happened, I think like a year ago, a year almost 2 years ago, and he was basically going through the whole trial, taking it to trial and things like that.
mhm,
He ended up copping out and pleading to um, whatever he pled to, and they gave him a suspended sentence. So, and
right.
that just happened. The suspended sentence just happened a few months ago. Yeah.
Damn, man. What is this? If he, I mean, he ain't gonna do the full year, bro, for sure. Usually, I mean, it depends on like if you're getting in trouble and shit. But what does this do for Blueface career, in your opinion? Is it? I mean, it's not that long, but a year of
If he
not being in the headlines can take an impact on your career. You feel me?
if he does the full year or close to the full year,
Yeah.
I mean, he's still young and he's still like he's a part of this new wave of music. So I wouldn't doubt that he can come back out and still be successful. Not even just that, like I know like he's branded himself differently, kind of in an unorthodox way, but he's branded himself with things like the Krishan Rock drama and all the things like
Yeah.
that. So he has a lot of other things, Zeus TV. He has a lot of other things that he's involved in that I think will keep him afloat
Hmm.
financially. Um, Now I don't know necessarily as far as like his music goes, as far as like hits and stuff. Like if a year would damage his career,
Yeah.
um, musically, I think it's possible. I think it's very possible. So many people coming out nowadays, and everybody's like, it was always a big thing when he came out that people, especially LA artists, people claiming that he took their style or
Right.
whatever the case may be. So there's plenty of blue faces out there. I say that to say that
No,
is that there's,
exactly.
what I mean. So
Yeah.
I don't think that it's impossible for his career to be done with by that end of that year if he does the whole year. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I definitely don't think his. I definitely don't think his career is gonna be over. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think you got to do like 5+ to be, you know what I'm saying, to for your career to be over. But I think when he do get out, he gonna have to have a big splash soon as possible to get his name back ringing, in the, in the headlines and shit like that.
So
But
what did he do? Did you see what was it that he did that violated his probation?
that's a good question. Not too sure. It don't say. Um,
Because I know I mean, I don't think that that would have violated his probation as far as the
let's
beef with
see. Let's see.
Soldier Boy and everything like that. But he was on there while all this was going on. He was on there banging his hood. He was banging schoolyards. And it was a whole. That was the premise of the whole Soldier Boy and Blueface beef is that he was trying to get Soldier Boy to say where he was from, and Soldier Boy was telling him like, it's a bunch of Ricos and a lot of charges going out to people right
Yeah,
now for you to be sitting on the line bragging about where you from and what hood you from. And
exactly.
I think that plays a part into Blueface why he kind of like, of course it's funny, he's trying to be
Hmm.
funny, play from the Himalayas,
Yeah,
ain't nobody dressed like this going to jail. He's trying
right.
to be funny about it because he knows he fucked up.
Yeah, yeah.
He knows he fucked
Yo,
up. And I'm surprised this wasn't like, not that he's like this is like super big news, but I'm just surprised this isn't as big in the in the media right now,
sure, sure.
just as far as him just like I said, a couple months after him getting that suspended sentence and immediately getting locked up, and he's going to be sitting down. He's actually going to be sitting in the
Yeah.
county for a year.
I think I mean, I could be wrong, but I definitely think it depends. I think it's because it wasn't like no new shit, right? Like, it's just he violated his probation, he only doing a year. If this was like a situation where it was an additional charge and he was facing more time, I think you would see it would definitely got more media attention. You feel me? I think just
Yeah,
because it's a simple violation,
yeah, it might
not
be
like he
simple
gonna
because, like
be
you said,
gone
because I think
forever, you
with
know.
I mean, I would think with the suspended sentence, that's like a I haven't been locked up or whatever, so I don't know
Yeah,
exactly, but I would assume that a suspended sentence is something like a probation kind of situation. So I don't see how you only get 1 year off of the 5 years
right.
for violating probation. I usually thought, from what I've heard and seen, I usually thought that once you violate that probation or whatever, they give you the time that you were
They give
supposed to get.
yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
I thought the
So
same thing. Yeah, for sure. But I don't know. Maybe it's based off of like what you did to violate. Like, if like the severity of it, right? Like, if you fucking, let's say you just pissed dirty, that's a couple months or whatever. But then
right,
let's say you fucking shanked a nigga, then that's probably gonna be, you know what I mean? It's probably just based off of severity of what particular stipulation of your agreement you violated, if that
right.
makes sense. You feel me? But yeah, man, free Blueface. Hopefully, my nigga get he ain't in, he a crip, so I know he gonna catch some fades in there. Hopefully that don't extend his sentence. That they do it in I think they go to the showers or something to catch fades or something. Hopefully they do it like that, so the nigga don't got to do no
I,
extra time.
according to Crip Mac, he gonna be underneath the stairs.
By the way, free Crip Mac too, man. Free Mac, man. Free Blueface. Hopefully, my nigga get out of jail soon, man. And shout out to Blueface, man. Next up, man, we got Ice Cube finally opens up about the Katt Williams interview. Obviously, this is not super new, but this is our first time being able to talk about it because the timing that we do on the show. So I definitely thought that we should bring it up. But Ice Cube, man, shout out to him, bro. He finally speaking up against this Katt Williams situation.
Cat was 100 on a few things. Most of what he was saying, a couple things, I just want to clarify. Uh, when we bring in a new, comedian, we do have them try out for different roles. So Ricky did give Money Mike a shot.
Ooh, ooh, that's breaking news right there, bro. Because Katt Williams had denied that vehemently. He vehemently denied that Ricky Smiley was not to say he was the original, supposed to be the original pimp, but he did try out for it. So there was some truth there. You know what I'm saying? There was some truth there.
But when we saw him, and we kind of saw how he moved and how he was, auditioning, we decided that he would be a better, you know, Santa Claus, which was to me the perfect casting. When we saw Mike, damn, I call him Money Mike. When we saw Katt, when I saw him, I just knew that he was perfect for Money Mike. And Katt, said he wrote his role, which the role was written, but he enhanced it. This is why Katt was so dope in the movie. Money Mike had a small role, about as big as the Santa Claus role, but when we start filming, he was giving us such magic that we kept expanding his role, giving him more to do because he was on point. When we shoot these movies, for one, the scripts are fire, or they wouldn't even do it. The scripts are laugh out funny. But we shoot the script, but once we get what we need from the script, we let the comedians ad-lib, riff, play with the words, do their thing. We give them a take where they can, or 2, 3 takes where they can go off and do what they feel. Sometimes it makes the movie, sometimes it don't. When somebody gives you jewels, you want to try to make sure that makes the movie. So in the movie, there's second thing I want to clear up. I would never shoot a rape scene in a movie, especially like Friday.
I'm glad he brought this up, bro. I'm glad he brought this up because I honestly, my nigga, like when I look at Ice Cube, bro, I would like to say that he's not, because when you like this new era of like niggas getting raped in movies or wearing dresses or being feminine, to me, that's some agenda shit, right? Like that's some like, I don't want to use the word Illuminati, maybe, but it's definitely some backdoor Hollywood type shit. And I'm glad he cleared this up because I thought, according to Katt Williams, he said that him being raped was in the script already, right? And then when he said that, I know Ice Cube wrote that movie, so I just assumed that Ice Cube. But then again, why didn't I just feel like, if you have this much power, Cube, why didn't you just erase that scene all the way out? Why did y'all have to like just make changes to it? You know how like Katt Williams ended up grabbing Terry Crews by his nuts or whatever with the pliers. Y'all could have just took that whole scene out. Why did Katt Williams have to make any adjustments? Which is weird, bro. Feel me?
Right, exactly. No, I think definitely. I feel like I fuck with Cube, but it was him and DJ Pooh who wrote the script.
Yeah.
And so I think that him writing the script, of course, like it's probably not something that he would himself put in there, but this is also a film that he was doing with I want to say New Line Cinema, and so you don't know exactly what they may have been trying to put inside the movie as well. And the only reason I say that is because, and I may just be being biased here, but Katt was very, very adamant about his positioning on not doing that rape scene in the bathroom.
Yeah, of course.
And of course, this is something that's gonna, like, I don't think that that's something that Ice Cube would admit to. I don't think he would admit that he wrote that scene, and I don't necessarily think that, even though they're saying like, okay, there was a rape scene, I don't think that they're saying it like, I don't think Katt Williams is saying it like there was a scene where he actually was visibly being raped in the movie. Right, I think it was, they probably, we never know. It could have been a scene where they just kind of you know, you see him in the bathroom, you know what's about to happen, and then they cut to the next scene, and you know, we obviously get the hint and get the idea that Katt Williams had got raped. You know what I mean? So just the ideology and the visual of him being raped or whatever, I think is what they were trying to push. And I think he probably just changed that scene. And to his defense, he said that, I mean, he did agree, Ice Cube did agree that Katt Williams played a big part in a lot of his lines and how he portrayed the character. So his point was, Katt Williams' point was that Ricky Smiley,
Yeah.
he posed a question. Actually, he said, you know, where, at what point in time did you audition for the part? If when he auditioned there were already 200 comedians before him,
Yeah.
which of course, like, again, people will try to focus on the numbers. I'm pretty sure it wasn't a 200 comedians, and it may have been, but you know, I'm pretty sure it wasn't
I
200
doubt
comedians. But him saying like he was one of the first to be a part of the role. Now maybe Ricky Smiley did audition maybe first if he had been offered a part in the movie before Katt Williams. Then okay, I can see that happening. But as far as Katt Williams saying that, it adds up in the sense of Katt Williams saying that Ricky Smiley couldn't have played the pimp, and Ice Cube just now admitted that he said that once they
Right.
seen how Ricky Smiley was moving and acting, they figured he'd be better for a different role. So if he was trying out for the Money Mike part, that part and that audition was immediately, that was just what it was. It was an audition. He didn't get to actually be you know, dress up like the pimp. He didn't get any scenes acting like the pimp. He was just literally in the audition room trying out for the role.
Yeah. No, I agree for sure. Again, I'm a take Cube word for it that he didn't add the rape scene in there, but you never know. You know, he's still a Hollywood nigga at the end of the day. You know, Cube has, from as far as I know, don't really got any smut on his name as far as doing some weird Hollywood-esque type shit. But you know, then again, he's dealing with high Hollywood execs. Maybe he wasn't responsible, but maybe because I thought he's in control of the whole, for the most part, the whole kind of the way shit is moving. So if he ain't got power to take the rape out of it, that show you that there's some niggas that can linger over your head, even if you supposed to be the nigga running the project, which is kind of.
I mean, they thought there was some you know, they had the Tupac situation with Terry Crews where he was, you know, dancing to Tupac and kind of, you know, eyeballing Tupac. And when you really think about it, it's like, come on, Tupac is dead. Like the fact that you guys put that in the movie just shows that obviously that you're okay. You know, you're not perfect. Like, you know, like I said, like I fuck with Cube and I'll take his word for it. You know what I mean? If that's what he says didn't happen, but it's obvious that, you know, at some points, you know, some people's sense of humor can become distasteful, and maybe him trying to make the third Friday movie a big hit to ensure that it was a big hit, like how, you know, you were saying earlier, he probably either him, maybe DJ Pooh, or maybe somebody from New Line, maybe they, you know, added onto the script or whatever, added certain things onto the script that that were a part of that, you know what I mean? But I don't think that Katt Williams would even bring that up if it wasn't something that actually happened.
Agreed. Let's finish.
Where you actually see this happening on camera. That ain't my style. If you check out any of my movies,
no way. Pause that real quick.
Hold up.
We did.
Yeah.
So he just said, and that's what I was just saying. And this is where you gotta listen to how people talk and word semantics. He just said, I would never put that in a movie where you visibly see it, or anything like that. So I just now made the point. That's what I was saying earlier. I don't think that if it was in the movie, it wasn't a rape scene, because of course that wouldn't be funny. That wouldn't be funny at all. But I think what Katt Williams was saying was that, like I said, like it was a situation where they were in the bathroom and maybe they cut to the next scene, or it becomes a situation where, you know, following that situation in the bathroom, that Katt Williams got raped in that bathroom.
Right.
And so they just took that out. So he was probably saying that, and I think that's where maybe, and like I said, I'm just playing devil's advocate here, but maybe Cube is playing the devil's. Is you know what I mean? Is kind of playing the fence with that. And
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
like, oh, I wouldn't put that visibly in the movie. Like, but
He
did you
said
write
visibly.
it?
You see the wording, bro.
Yeah, did
Visibly.
you write it in the
Yeah.
script for it to have happened?
Right.
So I don't know.
Interesting. You never know. You never know.
A movie called Players Club where the subject matter was a little raunchy, but for the most part, even that we left it to your imagination. So the only reason that kind of stuff is in the movie is because you have three villains in Friday After Next. You have Santa Claus stealing presents. You have Damon just got out of prison, sweating. Craig and Day for the rent money. And then you have Money Mike, a pimp that treats his woman, like a property. So Craig is always fighting the villains in the movie, from the Joker brothers to Debo. And so we already had Craig fighting Santa Claus. And the only real way to get rid of the other two villains was to have them go against each other. And the plier joke was always in the script, was never, we would never ever show that, that's not my style if you look at any of my movies. So, that
Hey,
was
so I
never,
gotta criticize Cuba a little bit, bro, a little bit right here because remember he brought it up himself too because I wasn't thinking about this in Players Clubs that somebody did get raped.
I was just
Remember?
about to say that. That's what I'm like, I was just about to
You
say
feel
that.
me?
Shit.
Like so,
I'm glad you pointed that out.
yeah.
Yes,
So
I
you
was
can't
just-
you can't sit
and
here
he
and
said
yeah.
again with the word semantics. He said even in Players Club, it was a little, certain raunchy content,
Yeah.
but we left it to your imagination. So that's why I said the rape scene was in there, but you never
Yeah.
see her getting raped
Exactly,
in the scene.
exactly.
You just know what happens afterwards
sure,
based
for
off
sure.
of the things that happened
Exactly.
prior. I mean, after that. So yeah, it's like you could have written that into the script
Yeah,
thinking that it was
for
funny
sure.
that the pimp gets raped, you know what I mean?
Right,
In the
right.
movie. And Katt said, okay, let's just take that out. I'll make it
Mhm.
funny without that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
And then for him to say and again, slight criticism, for him to say that the pliers was already in the script, you can technically have a nigga getting raped and then him just still pull the pliers out after or something. So that you can't try to I feel like he's trying to bury the truth here a little bit. You feel me? Low key.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's
Mhm.
like I said, we gotta listen. You gotta listen to how people say certain things. Cause
Facts.
I don't know, Q.
discussion, we, at that point in everybody's career, we would listen to a certain extent, but we wasn't gonna change the movie for any actor. We do what we feel, and if it was a rape scene, it would have been in the movie. There was no reason not to shoot it. But that's not my style. I don't even like that kind of shit in movies, on camera. And so,
Yeah.
was,
On camera.
He keeps saying on camera, bro. He keeps saying on camera. Like let's be honest, my nigga. You're going to whenever let's say you are writing a movie and you want to put a scene like that in it, you're not going to. I mean, obviously, let's make this very clear. You're not going to show like nudity or anything, but if you start showing like the act of it, or what I'm talking, where I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Like if you show the scene of people getting their clothes ripped off or whatever. The moment you do that, that movie has to go from a certain move, like let's say it's a rated PG-13 to a rated R. So don't act like you want it just on GP, just not show it. I think that's just for the ratings of the movie. I think you can't even do it. I don't think it's necessarily his morality saying he won't do it. I think just for the particular rating
that's what I was saying.
it's for that, bro.
It's distasteful. It's just like it wouldn't have even been good unless you did it that way. But I mean, and my thing about it is like I said, like I'll give Q the benefit of the doubt because I fuck with Q,
Me
and
too.
I feel like everybody has their own truths. Um, maybe Cat Williams interpreted the script a certain way when he was reading it,
Right.
and maybe that was the the disagreement there. Maybe he probably just read it and felt like they were
Yeah.
saying he got raped in the bathroom, and he probably felt like he spoke against that, and that was his truth. And maybe Cube was like, that's probably not even how that's not even how I wrote it. You know what I mean? Or that's not
Yeah.
even how it was supposed to be interpreted. But you know what I mean. So like I said, only reason I because aside from I mean, I ain't gonna say aside from there are a lot of things that Cat Williams said that even
Yeah.
just the small things that people talk about his coat, people talk about him
Hmm.
running a 4-4, 4-3,
Yeah.
things like that. Like all of this stuff was proven to be facts.
Right.
So
Crazy.
um with that being said, I just
Wait, so that video, wait. That video of Cat Williams running, that was real?
that was real.
What?
Yeah, that was real.
That's
And then they have him
crazy.
in the scene where in Atlanta,
Yeah.
that show Atlanta where he was playing the alligator man, and he was running from the police, and he was running down the street. He was running super quick.
Oh
So
shit. Okay, so this nigga got wheels then.
yeah,
Interesting. That's
yeah, especially for his age. So
right.
and and of course he said a lot of things. I think that he was trolling. Obviously, he was trolling about a lot of things in that interview. But I
Yeah.
just like I said, I think when certain people speak on certain things, and especially certain things like that, as far as like, oh, there was a rape scene, I don't feel like there was no need for him to even say that if
Yeah.
there was no indication that, like I said, either that was his truth or that
Yeah.
was actually what happened. So
True. And the last thing before we continue, I also think, bro, that movie could have been just as funny, just as popular. That entire scene, like y'all didn't even have to have that scene at all. Where I'm gonna say Terry Crews. I forgot the nigga name that play in the movie. But when Terry Crews goes to the bathroom and tries to attempts to R word Cat Williams, that entire scene, y'all could have that movie would have had the same impact without that scene. By the way, so that's weird that they even added it. But let's continue.
Little discrepancy there. Cat, he wrote a lot of his part because, like I said, he was giving us jewels, so we were keeping the camera rolling. He was coming off the dome. He was coming prepared every day to steal the show. That was his mission. And that's what he did, with the movie. And it launched his career, you know. And I'm proud of the movie. I'm proud of um, all the guys who've, you know, come through, a Q Vision production and went on to do bigger and better things. Um, and look, a lot of people are talking about pay and how much they was paid on these movies that were extremely low budget. Most of these guys work a couple of days, and when you're doing a movie, there's over 100 people working on the movie that need to get paid. Most of them got to get paid every day. Um, and there's pre-production and post-production. Even after you finish with the actors, you got to pay editors and sound people. And my movies are all about quality. So most of the money go up on the screen. I'm not giving you no bullshit. I'm not giving you no uh, low budget, shit you can laugh at because it's so cheap. Um, so, we try to put all the money on the screen. And so any actor that's mad at what they got paid, just look at what you was doing. Look at where your career was at the time. Take a look at where it is now. And Friday has something to do with that, I believe. And I put a lot of people in movies, but they ain't never put me in a movie. So you could take that for what it's worth. You know what I'm saying? I've given a lot of these guys opportunities.
Damn. Hey,
yeah,
hey, he right though, bro. He right though.
yeah,
Cube have been putting a lot of niggas. He have elevated a lot of niggas' careers off of Friday just because of the cultural impact that Friday has for for the culture, bro.
Yeah.
Like
And I-
it's so many careers created. Day Day, Mike Epps, Chris Tucker, a lot of people who have just uh exploded in their careers based off of these movies have Ice Cube got a lot to do with that. But I will say this though, when this is my criticism about him speaking on the pay. Of course, when a movie got a low budget, you don't expect to get paid. But the problem is with these Friday movies is the budget is low, but the revenue that they get from these motherfuckers is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I think the first I could be wrong on this dollar amount, fact check me, but the first Friday, I think revenue like 100 million or something crazy, right? And the budget for that movie was like $1 million or something, maybe under $1 million. It was a small amount of money. But so my thing with the pay, right? If the movie, you pay a certain amount, but if the movie is way more successful than it was planned, how about redirect some of that revenue back to the actors who made the movie? Just saying.
yeah,
Just saying.
definitely. And I mean, and I will say this too, before we get off this topic, is that um both Cat Williams and Ice Cube they don't in neither one of their and what Cat Williams said and what Ice Cube responded to, they weren't bashing each other. So I don't even think that they were, this is something like where he's coming at Cat Williams. I think he just, is coming on here just to clarify, like I
Yeah.
said, his
Oh, yeah,
truths.
for sure.
And also going to your point about the pay and his point about the pay, Cat Williams also has spoke about that, saying that, anybody who felt that they should have been getting more, things like that, like they should be ashamed of themselves, like or anybody who complains about the pay or whatever, because he talks about how he made enough money to be able to get his teeth fixed and things like that
Right,
off of that movie. And he spoke highly of Ice Cube, which goes into my point I wanted to make about, I don't think that when Cat Williams was talking about the script and things like that, I don't even think his discrepancy was with Ice Cube in particular.
Oh yeah,
And
not at
then
all. I
like,
never looked at it like that.
yeah, so and then that's something that I was coming to realize, like listening to his response, I'm like, I don't even think that that's like actually listening to it now, like and then thinking back on Cat Williams' interview, I'm like, okay, I don't think he was even like dissing Cube, even in that, or the Friday franchise in general. I think he was just speaking on his personal experience going through that.
I agree. But shout out Cube, man. Hopefully, okay. Actually, before we end this topic, I do want to ask you one question. Do you think the culture needs another Friday?
No,
No.
no, it's over with, man.
Is it
Everybody,
because too many people died?
yeah, everybody's gone. It's like it's not
Yeah.
gonna be as funny. Everybody, and the people who are here are older. Um, no, it's not gonna be.
Yeah.
Everybody's gone, man. It's not gonna be the same, man. So,
Yeah. If they make another one, it might ruin the franchise.
yeah,
That's
you want
obviously
to
gonna be
just
the
leave
last
it.
one, and they're gonna go out with go out sad with like a week. Because you're
Yeah,
right though, it's not gonna be the same without Pops. It's not gonna be the same without what's his name
Debo,
Debo.
Bernie Mac,
Ernie Mac, fucking Ezel.
Ezel,
So a lot of people that is
uh,
critical in the movie is not there.
I forget
There's
her
a part
name,
of
but
me.
the lady who played who's like, oh,
Miss
like you said,
Parker.
you like Janet Jackson.
Oh, she died too.
Yeah, she died too. I forget
What?
her name, man, but
No shit.
she was in the Moesha and the Parkers and all that.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking
Yeah,
about. Damn,
yeah.
I didn't know
So
she
yeah,
died.
she passed away too. So a lot of people, man.
Yeah, interesting enough. Again, I think, bro, the selfish side of me would love another Friday, but the morality side of me is like, yeah, let it go. We got 3 great productions, and it is what it is. But I hate they took so fucking long, bro. They could have had another one, bro. God damn. But hey,
Yeah, if
it
they
is what
didn't
it
take
is.
so long, then that would be different. But I
Yeah,
think it was too much
yeah,
time
it's a
passed.
wrap now. Yeah, honestly, if they was gonna make another one, it should have happened in like probably like 2010, because the last one was like 2003, right?
Yeah, they should have did it like once people start passing away, Bernie Mac and shit. They should have started trying to get it together.
Facts. All right, moving on from that. Last topic. for me is fuck. Oh yeah, KeefeD. So KeefeD may be getting bailed out of jail. Here is a clip from DJ Academic speaking on KeefeD potentially being out of jail or being bailed.
His lawyer's been arguing for bail
What the fuck? Why that shit?
for a minute. I'm pretty sure if his lawyer's been arguing for bail for a minute, I'm pretty sure they assume that if he did get bail, it might have been a high amount, which 750 is high. Maybe they had a plan already in place to try to get him out. So who knows? He might be out of jail. I don't know today, but maybe in the next subsequent days. Okay. Says the man responsible for killing Tupac Shakur can now walk out of jail as he awaits his criminal trial to get going, but only if he comes up with a hell of a lot of cash. Okay. Dwayne Davis, aka KeefeD, was in court out in Vegas Thursday for a hearing on his potential release on bail pending his criminal trial, where his legal team was arguing before a judge that their client wasn't a danger to society, nor was he a flight risk, and they agreed to cut him loose from lockup if they agreed to cut him loose from lockup until trial. Mind you, he's been in the Clark County jail since late September when he first got indicted for the murder of Tupac and was taken into custody by cops. The first big break in a cold case for a long time.
Let me ask you this before I continue it. Do you think, based off of the evidence that KeefeD provided on itself, and based on the other information that has been resurfacing throughout, the KeefeD Tupac's debacle, do you think he has a chance to fight this, even if he's on the streets?
Nah, just because he doesn't have enough money.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah.
So I mean, it's possible that he can bail out, but like how he's saying, he has to come up with a shit ton of money.
Yeah, big time.
Because what 10% was 10% of 750.
That's 75 racks. He ain't got that, huh? Hey, is KeefeD broke? Like he like, cause niggas will call certain people broke, like certain entertainers, but broke to us is like them having like $1 million in their bank account. But that's not like they not broke, but they broke in comparison to like rich niggas standards.
Well, people were
KeefeD like broke nigga like broke.
Vlad, people like Vlad were speculating because he was like, you would think that as soon as you hear about these rumors about, like, because he had already had his house raided, and before that there were rumors that his house was going to be raided and that he was a suspect, and he didn't move, he didn't leave, he didn't lawyer up or nothing. So they were speculating like either one or two things: either you're just not, you're not the sharpest knife in the drawer, or you just didn't have the money to remove yourself or set yourself up for this situation, for you to even have gotten locked up like that, how you did, and have your house raided and all these different types of things. So I don't think that I think that Diddy has a chance of getting himself off of the situation just for the money fact, even though a lot of this stuff, I guess you can call it conspiracy, but this was the story from the get-go. This was what he told them from the get-go, was about Diddy and all these different things like that. So I think that Diddy can fight it, but I don't think KeefeD can fight it, because he might be broke nigga broke.
Yep. He probably nigga broke.
I take that back. He's nigga rich. Because he has a nice crib in Vegas. He lives in a nice neighborhood. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think he has a couple cars or whatever. So he was living decent. You know what I mean?
All right, let me ask you this then. Do you think he look? This is the ultimate question. Do he got the $75,000 to get out of jail? That's the question. He said nope.
Nah, he ain't got that.
Yeah, he washed it, nigga. He washed.
That's why he was doing all them interviews.
Right. That makes sense. Yep. Giving up the game just to get some cash, man. Crazy.
In 1996, when Tupac was shot and killed while riding the passenger seat with Suge Knight. Okay, he suggested he wasn't a trigger man, but he was the only one left alive to prosecute the long unsolved crime. Vegas officials finally brought him in. His legal team pointed out that the proof was in the pudding in terms of KeefeD not being a risk, openly asking the court if he was so dangerous, why did it take so long for the cops to haul him in, even though his affiliation with the Tupac murder was known for a while. They're saying they also double down on his not guilty plea, saying he only said all that stuff about Pac's murder for entertainment and monetary gain.
Smart,
But
nigga.
prosecutors pushed back, arguing that this guy was a cold-blooded killer and absolutely should not be out on the streets.
Nah, that's pretty much it. But nah, that's a cold play. That's a pretty smart play. For his defense is that it was for entertainment and for money, which I'm pretty sure. I mean, there's an argument for that, right? Like he could always say that, hey, I was just saying that because I knew it would get eyeballs. But here's where it could go wrong, based off of other, like since he's come out, other people associated with this shit have also been speaking on it, and then now their I guess not necessarily testimony, but their public statements go hand in hands with what he's been saying. So can you like really deny it now that everything is coming out?
No, he fucked up at the beginning with the proffer agreement, with the whole. They have him on tape telling the police this story. Then he went on to write a book, and then he went on to do interviews. So it's smart. It's a smart play for somebody if he had nothing to do with it. Like if it was just a complete conspiracy, like
right,
just, you know what I mean. But this is something that he actually told the police to actually get off of certain charges and for them to give him immunity in certain situations. So he actually spoke about that. So that's where he fucked up. So he can say it's for entertainment purposes, but he not only told the police, but he wrote a book about what he told the police. It's almost like the OJ situation. It's like, if I did do it, or what it was that book he wrote, like if I did it or some shit. Yeah, it's like, you know what I mean? Like you're alluding to the fact that you did it, and it's like everybody kind of believes you did it, even though I'm pro OJ, free.
Hey, you think he really didn't do it though?
Yeah. Hey, I'm not gonna say what I think. The man was acquitted, and he was not found guilty.
Say less, bro.
Fuck that. Everybody can say, because Vlad always be talking that shit about. Oh yeah, like it's almost like Vlad is on a mission to prove his point about how OJ actually did it, but. Nah, fuck that. The nigga, he wasn't guilty. He ain't guilty. He's free. So y'all leave OJ alone, man. Fuck
I
that.
feel you, bro. I feel you. All right, man. That's it for me, man. That's the end of my line right there, man.
Yeah, man. Well,
floor's all yours.
All I got today, man, is this Stephen A. Smith situation, man. So he goes at Jason Whitlock. So
real quick.
It's a funny rant. Go ahead.
No, I don't want to spoil it, but I'll just go say, like, I've never seen Stephen A. Smith go ham like this, my nigga. But go ahead.
Man, no, he goes off. So that's the reason why I was gonna say why I'm playing this is because not only does he go off, but I just think it's kind of funny that people are speculating that we seen this Shannon Sharp situation with him and Stephen Smith talking about I'm sorry, not Stephen Smith, Stephen Jackson and Stephen Jackson. I don't know how you Stephen. Yeah. They were beefing or whatever because they felt like, Shannon Sharp's point was that he felt like they were tripping because he basically got the numbers, he got the subscribers, and everybody's hating off of that. And that they didn't get those ratings on their podcast. And Stephen Jackson's his point on his placement on that was that you should have intervened or stopped him or slowed him down or navigated the interview or whatever, so that way you can protect the people that you consider or you call your friends or whatever. So I bring that situation up to say that a lot of people are speculating that everybody's trying to go on a rant. Everybody's trying to find a rant to go on right now. Because at the beginning of this, he said straight up, Stephen A. said straight up, hey, I had to call. He's like, I'm gonna let you guys know I had to call my pastor and apologize and pray for forgiveness for what I was gonna what I'm about to say. So I'll play a little bit of it. It's a pretty long rant, but just to go off and see what he has to say. He's going off. You guys know, those of you who know who Stephen A. Smith and Jason Whitlock are, but basically his point is that Jason Whitlock he feels as though he's a fat racist who basically doesn't know what he's talking about, and that he he's always playing the race card
Mm.
in situations. So let's see what he has to say here.
As a black man sitting in this seat, the level of vitriol that I have to absorb is something that I understand 99.99% of the time. You're a former player and you want to crucify me, that's fine. You're somebody that was involved in some kind of public incident that I had to speak on, whether you're the wife or ex-girlfriend or some of a former player, whatever, I get it. You're a present day athlete and you don't like my evaluation of what has transpired before our very eyes and what I'm witnessing, that's cool. But I swear to you on everything that I love, it's not personal. I'm a sports reporter and sports commentator. That is what I have been throughout my career. It is my responsibility to tell you what I see through my lens, how I feel about it, what my perspective is, etc. It's not like I'm sitting at home with absolutely nothing to do and no obligation to touch on anything, but I feel the need to invoke and ingratiate my thoughts, opinions, etc., upon the world. I actually get paid to do this. And because of that, sometimes my opinions, my thoughts, my feelings, etc., are things that you would not like. But I have never lied to you. Ever. If I wrote a story or I wrote an article, it's based on the things that I've been told, what I've seen, and what I feel. It is rare that I talk about myself on a personal level because my personal life is not anybody's business and I don't get into other people's personal life. It's not something that I do. Many figures in the world of sports find themselves in personal situations, not lawlessness, not unlawful.
So he's going. I'm gonna skip forward a little bit where he starts going in.
I didn't write it. I didn't write my own memoir, which, by the way, is a New York Times bestseller, something he wouldn't know anything about. Did you know that it's now on paperback? It just came out yesterday on paperback. Do you know that you could go to Amazon.com, straightshooterbook.com, or a bookstore nearest you to get my book in paperback? Do you know that when people are normally selling 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 copies, I've sold over 400,000?
Damn.
Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? But he will tell you, I didn't write it. He's seen my writing. Really? This article is an article written on Deadspin.com. The title, How Jason Whitlock is Poisoning ESPN's Black Grant Land. Because remember, Simmons, who's now at Spotify doing a great job, obviously had Grantland at ESPN, and upon his departure, Jason Whitlock was supposed to take up the mantle and create a black website, folks. This article was written by a Greg Howard, published on possibly be on the same page, even though their agendas was for the upliftment and the preservation of our race of people. So I understand when we talk about stuff like this, how people can sit up there and say, how did it get to this? How did it get to this? Remember when I got suspended years ago? You know, was out there writing stuff, smiling in my face 1 minute, talking smack about me behind my back, and then ultimately writing it was him.
Hey, I feel like real quick.
Uh-huh.
I feel like Nigga, I never even knew who Jason Whitlock was until this nigga Stephen A. Smith smoking him. Sometimes you just gotta not respond to niggas, bro. Just to
Exactly.
be honest, bro.
And this is why I mean, pretty much because I mean that was pretty much the rant. And the reason
The
why I
gist
bring
of it, yeah.
this up was
Mhm.
is because, like I said, people were speculating that people were just trying to go on rants just to do the
Nigga
numbers.
guaranteed
Like
that's what it was. But nigga, Jason Whitlock
because,
had
like
been
you
beefing
said,
for years, and this the first time he actually responded to the nigga.
exactly.
Come on, bro.
And not only that, he did a whole damn near hour worth of a rant. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, which, like I said, really my main point was about the Katt Williams interview with Shannon Sharp. People were hating on Shannon Sharp, saying that Shannon Sharp should have did this or should have did that, and this
Man.
is proof that a lot of these sports commentators and broadcasters were hating on Shannon Sharp for getting that interview, and that wasn't even a sports interview, but they're
Fact.
hating a lot of these different platforms, not just sports platforms, but just bloggers and podcasters in general are just hating that they feel like he should have did this or he should have said that to preserve relationships and things like that. And
May I ask this real quick?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
1 second. All right, 1 second.
Pull up the the Steven Jackson and the Shannon Sharp situation. See what Shannon Sharp had to say. Because he responded on Club Shay Shay. Oh, Nightcap, I'm sorry. Nightcap.
Yo, hello, my bad. I apologize. My son had a nosebleed, bro.
Oh no, all good.
But yeah,
my son has those too.
No, I agree with you, man. Niggas is mad, bro. Look, real quick, nigga, that interview. If Shannon Sharp would have interviewed Katt Williams like everybody else, the typical, nigga, we would have never even got this interview, nigga. If he kept interrupting, he let Katt Williams say what he had to say.
Right, exactly, and that's what he was saying. Like he's about to say, like that's what his job was to do. Like he's just on there to basically let people come on there and speak. And those of y'all who watched the interview, he didn't even really get a chance to even ask his questions like that. It was really Katt Williams taking over the interview and speaking his mind.
Right. Facts.
Right. Go to Lester Holt. Go to Nora O'Donnell. Because whenever the guest is available, let's do it. Right. I did Chris Brown's interview at about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night at his place. Right. So there's not a time that in which if I'm not working at First Take, that I'm not available. Right. So if you want to do it at midnight, we'll have a team there to shoot that footage at midnight.
That's live.
So he comes in. So I get there. I try to get there a little bit before the guest. CJ we might have some last minute. Okay, CJ. Okay, I kind of got a feeling of kind of how I want to go. I've moved some things around from the questions that you came up with and I came up with, but I've moved some of the stuff around because I think it just feels better. When I was going over this last night, it just felt better to go in this sequence. He's like, okay, hey, I trust you. You trust me. Just go with your feel. Yeah. So I get there. I'm getting mic'd up and I'm just talking. And he comes in. So he's already on one. He says, I've been waiting a whole year.
Right.
to say my piece.
The right space and platform to say his piece.
So as you can see, Shannon Sharp, he didn't have any choice. Katt Williams came in there with an agenda anyway, based off of the interviews that he had did prior with Cedric and Steve Harvey and people like that. So he came to address some things that he had been, that had been on his mind for a little while.
Which is almost at about 11 million views in less than 48 hours. Yes. Woo. Now mind you, Ocho, Steve Harvey's done 9 million views. Yeah. Who else? DC Youngfly is at 4 million. Ricky Smiley over 3 million. Magic Johnson over 2 million. I mean, a lot of these videos has gone viral and had viral moments. Nothing is caught fire like this.
Right.
This is what's upsetting them
Mhm.
because first of all, he wasn't going to go on it because they don't know. He doesn't want to be. He wants to have a conversation. He
Yeah.
said, "You've allowed everybody else to come
Mhm.
up here and say their piece."
Yeah.
The hardest thing for me, Ocho, as the interviewer, was the way he started.
Mhm.
My thing was, do I interrupt him and
No.
get this thing back on track, or
Right.
do I let him go?
See,
Let him go.
when you're interviewing somebody like that,
Exactly.
and with the safe place that you do call it, the fact that it's Cat Williams or Cedric the Entertainer, or any of these polarizing, iconic figures, you have to let them get.
Facts.
So do you feel like, I'm asking your opinion? What do you feel like? Do you feel like that's what he should have did? You agree with that?
No, I think the way Shannon Sharp handled to be honest, my nigga, the way Shannon Sharp handled the interview was, I think, how all interviewers need to have no interviews. Nigga, he's on there. You have a guest on there to get their piece, their side of the story. Let them talk. Don't keep cutting them off and trying to challenge them. Let them get whatever's on their mind off their chest. Now, I will say, depending on the severity of the situation, you might want, like, if we talk about like some race wars or some like really like global issues, political shit, then I could see you stopping somebody and correcting it and challenging them. But when you talk about some entertainment shit, let the nigga vent, let him get it off his chest, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
You know?
I agree with that.
Get their piece and say what they need
Yes.
to say. That's the whole point of you having a platform and him willing to come on your platform to be able to do an interview and tell his truth, is you got to let him go.
So
yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
Yeah, so he basically was, and that was in a
Yeah.
that's him addressing basically, like I said, people like Steven Jackson and other podcasters who were upset and made rants about how they think he should have handled it. And I don't think that, I totally agree with you and Chad and Shannon. That's what you're supposed to do, and it's although it's sometimes it may be more difficult for some people because they feel like, it's my platform, I need to control the atmosphere. But like you said, in that sense, in that instance, and on that stage where you're an interviewer and you're trying to interview somebody, you have to allow them to come on and speak, and it's only going to give you good content. The more the interviewee speaks,
sure,
is just going to give you better content. You don't want
100%.
nobody coming up there who's only strictly yes or no answers to your questions, or coming in there and just answering everything like as if everything's scripted, because then you can tell, the viewer can tell that the interview scripted, and they can tell like, okay, like this person, you when you can see it, when somebody comes in, you're like, this person came in and said, don't ask me about this, don't ask me about that, or whatever.
Of course.
But
Facts.
in this instance, it gave us a better feel on Katt Williams, because he didn't have to ask too many questions. And he did get his questions off, but he didn't have to ask too many questions to get Katt Williams to elaborate on everything that he was saying. So
look, I think if Shannon Sharp had interviewed Katt Williams, how at least the people that's criticizing the way he interviewed him, if he had done that, this wouldn't be 45 million views up right now. We wouldn't have got these viral clips. We wouldn't have got Katt Williams' opinion on, first of all, other comedians, and also his opinion on the whole Friday situation, and like all the shit that we're talking about now, we wouldn't have at this virality. So shout out to Shannon Sharp. I don't care what none of the haters say. Niggas is mad at Shannon Sharp right now, nigga, because all this publicity, 600, I think he gained like 700,000 subscribers, 45 million views. Some people calculating that this interview generated, as far as ad revenue, nigga, up over $1 million, over $1 million in ad revenue. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
It's a long video. Niggas is mad. Let niggas hate. Shout out Shannon Sharp, bro. He did it. He did it the way he was supposed to do it, bro.
Exactly, and keep on doing that, man. Don't let you see they all following your trends. They all trying to get a viral interview, or get go off on somebody and black out on whoever, just so they can get some type of viral moment, because they're trying to recreate your success, man. So keep on doing what you're doing, Shannon Sharp, man.
Do it the same
Great
way,
interview. Bro. Shouts out to Shannon Sharp. Shouts out to Katt.
And real quick, shout out to them. Facts. And when I watch interviews too, I actually get irritated when I'm hearing the guest talk about something and like I feel like it's getting somewhere, and then the interviewer cut him off. Oh, and then you know,
Exactly.
I hate that shit. No, so that was, man, he did what he was supposed to do, bro. He did what he was supposed to do.
Great
Fuck
journalism.
Fuck the noise, bro.
Great journalism.
Facts, bro. But yeah, man. Again, bro, when people need to get their ego out the way whenever they're interviewing somebody, because at the end of the day, look, I love Shannon Sharp, but vast majority of those people was going there to see the drama that Katt Williams had to say.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So now, again, to that point, imagine had he not let Katt Williams get it off, you wouldn't have this viral interview, because he's not letting them get off what he had to say about this and that person. And, you know, and as far as what Katt Williams said, the integrity of what he said, nigga, I've yet to see anybody challenge his claims. Niggas is just calling him crazy. Nobody's came out and said, you're lying. Here's my receipts. This is not true. Let me prove it like this. Niggas is they just name calling and they using fallacies against this nigga, man.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what
That's
I mean?
a fact, man. Shouts out to him, man. He got the internet.
He got the sauce, nigga.
The internet on fire.
I know behind the scenes, bro. Shannon Sharp happy that a motherfucker that internet that landed on his platform, bro.
Started the year off right, man.
Facts,
So,
for sure.
And
then Katt Williams went to do and it still did some numbers too. He went on Willie D.
Oh yeah, he did.
What's that at right now? 4-5 million, something like that.
I think that's somewhere around there. Yeah, and that went that went pretty viral for like over a course of like 2 days. I think he was at almost like 5 million. So
that's going up. So shout out to Katt Williams, man. I Katt Williams is one of the greats, bro. I'm happy that he finally got the. I mean, he always been up. I ain't gonna act like he just haven't been up there. But just shout out to him, man, for for speaking his truth and speaking his piece and exposing a lot of the debauchery that goes on at the top, and at the top of the game. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, facts, bro.
Well, yeah, man, that's it. That's all I got, man.
All righty, season 2, episode number 9, ladies and gentlemen, has concluded. Everybody that be tapped in again, man, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We'll be back next week, Friday. I'm thinking maybe Fridays at 5. I know we keep changing the time on y'all, man. I'm sorry, man. It'd be my fault, man. Brad is all good. Brad is innocent. It'd be me, bro. It'd be me.
It's all good. We're gonna be in here, man.
Regardless. My schedule all over the place and shit. So yeah, Fridays at 5. Yeah, man. And then make sure y'all follow us. I got merch. Check out the merch. I'll have the merch link in the description. Check out buy some squad merch, man. Represent. And merch, the giveaway still available. I know y'all act like y'all don't want to tap in. That's still there. I'm waiting. The prizes ain't going nowhere. And aside from that, man, I'm out this bitch, man. I appreciate y'all, man.
Yes, sir, man. Y'all see it, man. Y'all see all the socials, man. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Y'all seen Trey Fresh tapped in, man, earlier. Y'all make sure y'all go tap in with his YouTube page. He just got his page going. It's on fire right now. He's giving y'all some great tutorials, giving y'all some great beats. And he also got some great beats. If anybody who does any music, raps, anything, y'all tap in with him, man. Appreciate Elijah for tapping in. Everybody, all the normal viewers, man. Everybody who's all the breadheads, man. Everybody from Squadcast TV, man. Y'all like, share, comment, subscribe. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all, man. We out there, baby.